Good evening, wizards and witches, and welcome to another eldritchly eerie episode of Blood from a Stone, a tale of love and dread in RPG. Hi everyone, my name is Philip and I am the Dreadmaster, and with me are many of our wonderful players. Say good evening, players.
Good evening, players.
Yep, we did it. Guys, we just did it.
Did it.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Totally super. Amazing.
Good.
Glad to
So
hear
great.
it. Welcome everyone who is out there watching. We are, this is our horror game. I want to say hello to everyone who's watching right now on Twitch, but also hello to anyone who may be watching in the future on Twitch or on YouTube.
What?
Because
That's
starting,
a thing?
yeah, it's a thing. So basically, starting with this episode, every single episode, all 97 preceding ones are now up on youtube.com/at Long Lost Lore.
Awooga.
Instituted this new thing where you put the at symbol. It's like your handle, so it goes /at, and that sounds like /at.
What? I mean, /at is like what I do at knife fights, right? You slash at someone. Mm-hmm.
There we go.
That's very close.
Oh dear. Yeah. So anyway, so you can catch up on the whole series. That's around. I'm gonna guess it's about a little over 200 hours of content. It's not that much. That's just
That's the same amount of content. That's about the same number of hours of content that Mike Duncan did for his Revolutions podcast series.
200 hours.
198 hours,
Oh
I think,
my
is the actual
God.
number.
Mercy. And this is just as polished and well researched as that. So yeah, you can check us out there if you're watching on YouTube. Hello. We do stream live on Friday nights for this game at 7:30 p.m. Pacific on Twitch at twitch.tv/longlostlore. But yeah, so you can now check out this whole show on YouTube, and we have a few of our other series are also up. And then we'll be getting all the rest of them up. And by we, I mean Lauren, who's doing an amazing job with that. But also be aware that starting with this, so I will be uploading this in a couple days, right? Lauren, is that correct?
Yes.
So like we're now going, tonight's episode will be up in a couple of days. So they'll be available also to watch on YouTube faster as well. So that's
Yes,
cool.
and I'm going to say this, but don't hold this to me, but everything should and like ready to go for the current episode this week. So next Blood from a Stone will mark the first where every campaign is going to start going live on YouTube, not live, are going to start going up on YouTube as they premiere.
Well, including this one.
Including this one.
Yeah,
But
so starting with
we're
this
gonna-
one.
Yes, but we are going to be releasing the different campaigns that follow this one in between. So it's hard to explain. Everything's going to be up by next week.
Actually, I'll throw this out there. My advice to everyone when going to our YouTube page, which is youtube.com/@longlostlore, is to go to the playlists, which will have entire series in perfect order, because our upload order will start to be sort of weird as we upload older series in the midst of all this stuff. So yeah.
And yes, and but also for the first time everyone goes to the YouTube, they have to go release the video on demand.
Just to release the Hounds reference, is there another level to that I'm not getting, or you just
Nope,
want to
that's
throw
it,
that?
baby.
Cool, great. Appreciate that. The Dread Clock sits at 4. Last week's episode was really calm and chill, and not much happened.
It was normal.
Basically, having taken a little trip back in time, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and start talking about the show. Are there other announcements I should make?
Do it.
Oh my God! Wait, there is one other thing I should do.
Oh, do you have to do a whatchamacallit?
Yeah.
Wait, also, I do want to thank Sophia Distracted for all of the work that she's been doing. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, Philip, but Sophia Distracted has been doing so much for us in our channel, and I thank you so much, and I love you. Mwah.
Agreed.
Everyone say thank you to Sophia.
And you,
Thank you, Sophia.
and you
Are-
can't.
That you appreciate.
Dankeschön, Sophia.
Oh man, this is now that we're on YouTube, we got to clean this up a little bit, guys. Let's get these little.
What is this, a Monday?
So basically, for our seasonally appropriate reveals, this is the Winter Wonderland that I've started now that it's June, now that it's late May and June. So there's dice in these adventure calendars. Let's see what's behind door number 2. Why? Oh, it's a polar bear. It's a polar bear D10. But it is.
Does that mean that's 10?
Down. Yes,
Okay.
a polar bear face is 10. I rolled a 2 though to start. So, apologies. Sorry, polar bear. Nope. 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 It's all been even, though. That was a 9, just kidding. I'm gonna roll this until I get a 10. Oh, it was almost gonna turn into an 8.
Okay. We
I got one!
You got a bear?
Got a bear.
great job.
You know what? It's appropriate to get a bear since it's Pride Month.
That's true.
It's true.
I just got that. Well, friends, let's talk about this game. This is Blood from a Stone. It's our horror game. And in our most recent episode, Medina Lake had returned from her sort of trip through time and space. Was it all in her head? Did she actually go somewhere? It is uncertain, but she had a vision or revelation about the recording of an album called Blood from a Stone, in which she took the position of a singer named Wendy Raven. Learning this name, she brought it back with her to her modern day. She found the Soldier of Fortune with whom she had struck an accord. She started to sing the song to him, and he got hard. So basically, and by got hard, I mean both literally and on a soul level, he became utterly enamored of Medina Lake. Not Wendy Raven, even though when she sang the song, she could hear that husky voice of Wendy of Wendy Raven. Medina is not in love with this person, but he has now basically sworn he is here to just do whatever. He will protect her and he will get her whatever she wants. And eventually he assumes that they'll hook up, but whatever. He's a soldier. He can wait a long time. She returned to the school to the library with the soldier, where Bradley, Everett, and Polly were in the midst of Penny. Oh, Jesus Christ. Penny and Polly. It's going to be the death of me. Where Bradley, Everett, and Penny were in the midst of studying their various books that they were looking into. Bradley's about the grossest witch who ever lived. Everett's about an ichthyocentaur, which is part man, part horse, part fish. Penny's about old McCafferty, the lighthouse keeper in the Timber Out of Space, as they all sort of grow more connected to these characters. Medina came in and was like, let's maybe slow our roll on this, Professor. I want to know what's going on. The Soldier of Fortune was extremely protective of her to the point where she was like, cool it, bro. He did give her some little tidbits of extra information, which she now sort of has at her disposal about his theories on stuff, who he thinks this mysterious provost may be. He gave you a couple of candidates. But he was suggesting that for all the studying you're doing, you might need something that could help your mind resist, the strange effects of these tomes of dread, and he has rushed off to the Ignador Gate to try to fetch that for you. And he'll think about you the whole time. Meanwhile, Medina then started speaking to Bradley and Everett and to Penny about whatever's going on here. We need more answers, and we should sort of stop doing what this Professor Charles wants us to do in studying these dark tomes and things, and first get answers and explanations of what means he has of controlling characters who are summoned here, what's really going on, all this kind of stuff, and sort of that's basically where we ended with her sort of suggesting they unionize, which is an admirable goal in this day and age. So, with all that in mind, I think that we can begin tonight's episode of Blood from a Stone, A Tale of Love and Dread in RPG. Here is the invocation for Chapter 98. Oh, God. The Ichthyocentaur's muscles bulged under his scales, coat, and skin in a way that would have certainly been seductive on anyone else. But on Gizjiyubvo, it was more than that. It was mesmerizing. Mshlurp had never been attracted to a humaniform creature before. Gizjiyubvo had an undeniably luscious finned tail and strong, thrashing equine forelegs that were exotic but intriguing. But his human thorax, head, and arms took some getting used to, though they were not entirely unpleasant to behold, especially not as they worked so well in tandem with the other, more appealing parts of the stranger's form, as Gizjiyubvo wrestled the squid out of the portcullis and onto the rocks with a merciless intensity that caused Mshlurpglorp's gonads to swell.
Is that available on Kindle Unlimited?
Yes, exclusively.
And I can hear that voice recording on the Quinn app, right?
If you go to the Quinn app, if you'd like to hear more about poor Mshlurpglorp, as he's just bewildered by Gizjiyubvo, just search for, I think it's SOF Reads. That's the username for those recordings. SOF Reads.
God,
but,
yes.
Anyway.
So that is Gizjiyubvo is the name of the Ichthyocentaur, but in his first name is GYS, but Everett does call him Jizz. But I was reading the actual excerpt, so if you're just shortening that to Jizz in your mind, that's fine.
Yeah, that's.
And of course,
And look, that's the prerogative of the reader.
Mm-hmm. I
would say there, regarding this this piece of art, there are many things that are the prerogative of the reader.
That's true. If you want your gonads to swell like Mshlurpglorp's.
Yeah.
So, Medina, you were there with Penny, who was being uncharacteristically silent as she no longer sees an element of the patriarchy to thrash. She probably just generally supports the idea of unionization. Bradley and Everett. Medina has put this idea to you. The professor has stepped out. Wednesday is underfoot, and that strange mustachioed gentleman is gone. You also notice that the rabbit was not here with him when he returned. Where Hopper is, that's a story for another time.
But like rabbits are, why would a rabbit hang around? Rabbits hop away.
That's the idea. That's why they live so long. That rabbit was here in session 1, guys. Still around.
Indeed.
So would anyone like to discuss elements of this? This basically we pick up with you in this room, and at present there is no well, hold on. Everybody roll a luck for me.
Fuck.
Give me 3 chances. Give me 3 chances.
Give me 3 chances. Give me 3 chances, baby. Give me 3.
That's the song that was in my head.
4.
That's low. That's good. I mean, bad for you, but good for me. Lauren?
7.
It's kind of high. Zane?
6.
7's the
Holding in the middle. It gets like Gizjiyubvo.
All right, I'll say that you all have like a weird moment where kind of like overhead you hear a lot of stomping and scraping and furniture being moved, and you assume it's just the ghoul up to his usual antics.
Right.
But no one is currently causing you trouble. No one's currently coming for you or harassing you guys.
That's good. Look, okay, like Medina, I just want to I would like to finish the current thing that I am working on and then strike. That
I understand that, and I know that I come off as little angry and aggressive, and I am going to choose to apologize that you are that I sound that way. However, I would like to impress upon you that I have gone through this several times, not only here, but at my former college as well. I know the consequences of these things, and frankly, Bradley, you don't. We need to figure out, one, how to contain these things, and two, why it's so important that he is willing to risk student and now faculty's lives to get these characters.
Can I do like a read person on Medina to see like if she has ulterior motives or anything? Or
Give me a read person. I like that. Everett, what do you say to all of this? No match.
2 6s.
2 6s. Oh, that's pretty good, actually. I would say, in response to, with 2 6s, you think... Yeah, you do not you're not sensing like full on ulterior motive. You're sensing, you're definitely sensing she's not telling you everything, because she isn't. But you don't have you're not like, there's no red flag going off for you.
Okay. And that in that case, I would just say, look, like Medina, I get that. I know, like I obviously you have a lot more experience with this. I just want to feel good about something I've done, and like that I've like done, like accomplished something, or like done something, like done good work on something. You're
doing great. You're
right.
doing
But I thank you, and I just want to like finish this and have something tangible to show.
That's fine. You can choose to continue to do this, but Bradley, I'm not going to save your ass. This is your chance.
I mean, there are no adults in the room aside from Everett, right?
I mean, you're all legally adults, but yeah.
You know what I mean. Bradley is not
There are
a
no grown-ups in here.
Sure.
But okay, but also like I didn't have this. You didn't have like this wasn't around before, and I point to the shield, like the shield bracelet or bracer I have underneath my sleeve.
Weapons can help, but people still are dying because of this little project. And you've seen Penny. You get seduced by these characters.
I'm not seduced by this character, but we have to bring McCafferty. I understand him so well, and I will learn so much about medical science. This is the idea that we'd slow down.
Okay, you're going to learn more about medical science from this and not from your medical textbooks?
But I've written him. Like, I've transcribed him entirely as a person.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's not really making any sense.
If you start transcribing this horrible patriarch narrator, you'll get it too.
Yep. And we're going to hold off on that for now. Let's go ahead and put that pen down.
Well, if I'm going to be seduced by anybody, it's going to be Jizz in this book. I will stop reading to entertain your unionization or whatever it was. And I just have to say to Bradley that it's really not about the product that determines your work. What I do is I look in the mirror every day and I tell myself that, I say, you are wonderful, Everett. So I encourage you to do something like that, because this is sad. You can't live a life like that. You've got to really embrace who you are.
Affirmations.
So, affirmations.
Yeah.
They're called. Thank you.
Hey, I just know that like if I said those things to myself, I wouldn't believe them.
Okay, Bradley, you know what? Here, I'm going to grab his hands and I'm going to say, I want you to say this out loud. I am strong.
I am. I am
strong. I am brave.
That would just be lying.
Medina.
Okay, well, can you at least say that you do what's right? Yes.
Can you make a resist coercion roll?
Oh, god damn it.
It's under will.
I see it. Only 2. Oh, God. No matches.
Medina. He just keeps... You're just saying things that make so much sense, and he's just kind of hemming and hawing and not getting it. And then you have this thought, and it's not a thought that's like pushing itself into your mind. It's one that just seems to be appearing there. And it's Wendy Raven. Because Wendy Raven, if she wants something, she gets it. She wraps men, some women, around her finger.
Okay.
There's this, there's a brilliant composer who's infatuated with her, and she just uses it, and she tells him to just use his feeling, She's very
Persuasive
and insistent. And you even have means of being so.
Okay, so she's gonna stop. And look at him seductively. And she's gonna say, I know that you can do this. I know that you can do what I need you to do. Isn't that right, Bradley? I know that you can. I need you to. And she's still like holding his hands.
You feel like Bradley's pulse in like his wrist.
You hear the bracer like error.
So she's gonna feel his heartbeat and say, "It's scary, isn't it?"
Are you putting your hand on his chest?
No,
Oh.
he said I could like feel like when you hold somebody's hand and you feel their heart. Is that what you mean?
I'm just saying that his heart is pounding so hard that you could probably feel it, like if you're getting like a radial pulse.
And she's gonna say, "It's scary, isn't it, to live up to your potential? But I know that you can, baby."
At that line, Everett puts his book down and is like, "Oh."
I guess.
I knew you could do it. And she'll like pull him forward and kiss him on the cheek. Is she done being Wendy? Oh, I almost said Wednesday.
She isn't. She's not Wendy.
I know. Okay.
What do you mean done?
I don't know.
You failed your save on a Song of Dread, so.
Well, yeah. Okay, and she's just gonna maintain her, like, keep holding his hand and looking at him.
Like every second, Bradley seems to be getting a little smaller.
So I don't really know what's happening here, but it seems as if you're trying to use your feminine wiles to persuade Bradley here into some. It's very interesting. I'm really enjoying watching it. But can you just be upfront and tell us what you want us to do?
I just want your help.
And
Okay.
that looks like what?
That looks like not. And she'll drop his hands and pat him on the chest and say, that means not continuing your research. At least not yet.
So we can just put it on hold for now. And...
Yes.
Okay.
We just need to figure out how to control these characters once they come to us. Because if they are summoned, they could be out of our control. And we also need to find out what the professor needs them for. Because, again, may I please reiterate, he has sacrificed other students' lives. And Bradley, I couldn't stand it if I lost you.
Okay. I'll just slowly like fold up like the notebook and book I have and put it in my backpack.
Penny's like,
So,
but But I'm ready. He said we were ready. He said we just had to talk to you. We could summon old McCafferty.
We're going to do this together. If you want to stay in here by yourself, that's fine.
No, it's fine. I don't know what we're waiting for.
Sometimes in a group assignment, when you're working on a group assignment in school, sometimes, you've got to wait for the other members of the group to catch up to where you are. Just treat it like that.
Fine. That does happen to me a lot. Cool. All right.
So where are we going? What are we doing?
I need to wait for the soldier to come back because I don't want to compromise myself for more information.
When is he supposed to come back? I mean,
I don't know.
Minutes or hours?
I don't know. As fast as possible. He's going. I don't know anything about that man, honestly. He's under some sort of thing. I don't really know, but. And she'll sit on the couch and like start thinking back to her old school. Out of game. Medina already tried to ask the professor here if he was overly interested in a character in the beginning, right?
Yes.
And he said no.
He said no, and he didn't say no in a like, ooh. You have a pretty strong sense that this professor is trying to get into the good graces of the provost who wants this program to run. You don't know what characters the provost might be interested in.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're sort of saying you're going to wait here a moment, Professor Charles does return to the room after a few moments. And kind of walks in and says, "So, are we prepared to sort of summon this McCafferty character? I see the Soldier of Fortune seems to have left. Our guest has left, has he not?
Temporarily, yes.
He'll be coming back, I see.
He will, yes.
He's of course welcome. All of his stature are welcome here, but I was speaking to some of the trustee board, and they are a bit concerned about his interest. Still, I would love to be able to speak to the provost, but did you discuss this gentleman's arrival with the provost at all when you had a moment, Miss Lake?
That's privileged information.
I see.
I'm sure the provost will share with you any information that's prudent too. What you're doing, and speaking of, how do we keep ourselves safe from these characters?
Well, they won't harm you provided you, you summon characters with some intention, and you don't put yourself into unnecessary harm, of course.
Okay, and we have a ghoul who has been continuing to try to consume various people, including the person that summoned him. So I would like to know, before we all proceed, and she'll look back at them like nodding for them to...
Gathering support, sure.
Yeah. We would all like to know how to stay safe in this situation, considering we have lost people on this little journey here.
Yeah, like when I was a boy, I used to bite people, and my mother would have me chew gum when I went to preschool, so I wouldn't bite people. Do we have any gum we might be able to give these characters, if you catch what I'm saying?
You mean, well, the ghoul has been fed, if that's what you're asking. So he should be fine for a few more hours.
No, how do we control them?
Control is what we do to control them is he kind of looks around and doesn't see anybody out there, and he closes the door to this room. And he kind of comes a little closer and speaks a little more quietly to you all. It is you can consider these characters almost like they were wild animals. If you train them, if you you apply the right kind of influence on them early when they first arrive, they'll be more malleable to our cause. I would stress that it's dangerous. I mean, but that's knowledge for you. We should be focusing on all manner of character, even dangerous ones. You'll be perfectly safe if anything happens to you here at campus. In fact, Miss Lake, no one was harmed at school, were they? No one from this program was hurt at school, were they? Did you explain to your fellow students why things went so wrong with our previous members of this program?
We took a field trip.
An authorized field trip?
We're adults.
True.
We can go off campus if we want. But the fact remains that there is a character that is actively trying to eat us. Or maybe one person in particular. And she'll wink at Bradley. I just want to make sure that we're safe from here on out.
On campus, you'll be safe, and if anything too intense were to happen with a character, you will be... We have a top-rate, arcane medical program here where we can quickly repair any wounds if necessary. That's what
We
happened to
don't
you,
need
Miss
to
Lake.
be wounded by the characters that we are summoning.
But you might learn things. And if you excel in your studies, you won't be. Have you been hurt by any of your own characters, Miss Lake, so far? Has the ghoul taken a bite out of you?
He's not my character.
Has Wednesday harmed you?
Not.
I think that one's a matter of time, if you ask me.
Well, then you'll have to outthink her then, Miss Lake. Mr. Stuyvesant.
I shouldn't be under constant threat.
Now you know what it's like to be a professor before tenure. Or even after tenure in many circumstances. The point being, this is not for the faint of heart. But it's important work for the good of Darkmoor.
What's the mission and vision of this college again? I know I just work with the horses and all that, and I should know it, but...
God, I should come up with a school motto for this. Hold on. And Philip goes to,
Google Translate?
a little bit of Google Translatio.
I like how Zane just ran away into the stacks.
That'd give me a magazine.
I believe it is. Oh yes, here is the school motto of Darkmoor College. Semper Timent. Which can mean a few different things, but strictly speaking is in a more classical sense is translated always dread.
Oh,
Is that supposed to be like dread, like the noun or the verb, like to dread something?
Well, when I say
I don't understand Latin conjugation, so
it can actually vary, because I mean, strictly speaking, the way this is conjugated, it might be like we sometimes add extra words, like we would say like, thus it is always dreadful, or thus they are always afraid, or thus they are always dreading, kind of stuff like that. But that's the idea.
so it kind of works however you want it to, I guess.
It really does.
Well, so, I mean, endgame. You get all these characters out here, what are you going to do with them? I know, like, it has to do with power and all that stuff. I know professors are kind of narcissistic and power hungry, but what are you going to do? What's the provost going to do?
We will learn things from them. Mr. Plantain, with your assistance, I hope, is this new book a little more to your liking?
Oh, it's hot. It's hot if you ask me.
Are you connecting to any of the characters?
Oh, I'm more than connecting to the characters.
Okay, before
You cut out. Can you repeat that?
may I sorry?
You cut out. Please repeat what you said.
No. Before we go ahead with that, students have been harmed on campus.
Yes, but they're not part of our department.
So you're saying that we have to stay trapped in this library in order to stay safe?
No, not the library at all. Simply, you should stay on campus. There are certain protections here.
The twins.
Yes.
They were hurt on campus.
No, but they were healed on campus.
I heard one was dead, which is when we met, you had bloodied nose.
Yes, well, one, upon being healed on campus by one of the characters, I might add, they then proceeded to leave campus and were caught up in a regrettable incident.
So, back to the knowledge thing. Okay, yeah, you get knowledge, you learn stuff. What are you going to do with it?
Well, we will analyze it, discuss it, collect it. It will get us closer to the pursuit of knowledge itself is the goal.
Okay, so what have you gotten from the characters that we've summoned so far?
Well,
where's your research? Do you have it compiled? Can we take a look?
Well, no, Miss Lake, you cannot take a look, but we are early in the process. We only have a sample of, 5 characters so far? The Ghoul, the King Bee, Wednesday Line, the Voluptua Bikini Team Dancer, and now the Visionary. Only 5, Miss Lake. Could we at least have a larger sample before we can draw in conclusions?
Okay, what sample size do you need?
I mean, I would love 20 or so.
Are you studying Dread? How much horror they can bring?
Of course.
Is that it?
Yes,
okay, so are we measuring Dread here? Are you trying to... Fine. She'll just sit on the couch.
So you
with her arms crossed.
Consent to summoning more characters, is that correct?
No. We'll think about it.
I have a meeting I need to get to. If you're not going to summon any more characters, please at least be productive, Miss Lake. Find another book, find another figure that sparks your interest so that when this pointless debate is finally over, we are not too far behind. Good day to you all. He storms out.
Good day.
So long.
Bye.
So?
Bye, Professor.
Big boss there, what are we going to do now?
This is a theory. And I don't know if it's right, but this whole world has to do with dread. I was told to study dread. There's dread storms happening. What if they're trying to collect the dread that these characters cause to create something? And by summoning them, we're just creating more dread.
How would you collect that, though?
That's the question. I don't know. You'll notice that the professor said that I could not see the research. They're collecting something. It has to be dread. But why would they be collecting dread to fight against dread? Or maybe it's just so that dread consumes this whole place. I don't know. Either way, I don't think we should add to it yet. We need to really think about this.
Well, I mean, we could just leave, right? I mean,
No.
what's the alternative?
We can't leave.
Well, I mean, I do have to take care of the horses and everything. I mean,
Well,
I could just go back to the stables.
You can take care of the horses, but you can't leave here.
Well, why would you want to leave here?
Yeah, why? Yeah, why?
Okay, there. There you go.
Um,
You can never get out.
I think just because he always enjoys doing it some more. Dan, could you just roll me a d13?
No!
Just a sweet little d13.
Another 4.
4?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no. Why was that good?
That is good, actually. Yeah. Tell you what, roll one more for me.
That's 4 again. Do you want me to re-roll?
No. This was, you were rolling on 2 different things. That's perfect. Okay, cool. This is not your arm, though. You guys hear outside, a slight rumble of thunder in the distance. It's still a bit, cloudy from the storm that had been the preceding day, but it's not actively raining. Oh, sorry.
We're getting canceled.
Yeah, I just moved the new, no one cares. Streamlabs, there's a thing that'll go to a thing where I'm clicking a thing and I'm accident. When I'm moving one window, I'm moving the wrong one. Don't worry about me. Okay. Anyway.
We're being canceled.
We are being canceled, that's fair. God, it's about bloody time. There's a roll of thunder in the distance. But you definitely all hear it. You kind of hear like a rush of wind.
I did it. I mean, I didn't bring an umbrella with me today.
Well, we don't have to go outside. Apparently, that's bad, according to the professor.
I
So,
thought we could go outside. We just shouldn't leave campus.
well, bad things happen on campus too.
Everett wants to just look out the window and see how the weather looks, just to make sure.
Make a look roll for me.
Yeah, let's see. I
love this. Oh, I love it
what
so
does look
much.
under?
It's under vitality. All the senses
Oh, I see.
are under vitality, yeah.
All right. Good luck on the look.
Come on, look.
Oh,
Lucky look.
Well, nothing.
Nothing. It's just kind of you see a few bodies. Actually, wait, what numbers did you roll?
It was a 1 and a 3.
A 1 and a 3. Yeah, I think if you'd had a 6 in there, a 6 or a 7, I would have said maybe you see something even on a single thing. Yeah, it's just kind of, you see there's a lot of people going to class. Class times must have changed. You see a lot of bodies moving between stuff. It's kind of dull and sort of gray with that purplish haze out there. There is a quiet knock at the door into this room.
Oh, hello?
Yes, sir, I was just checking if anyone needed anything.
Wednesday, I'll open the door. Hi.
Hello, miss.
Hi, come in.
Of course, miss.
And she'll close the door after her. Okay.
Are you
I
going
have
to murder me or something?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
You're
Oh my
acting
gosh.
very strange.
Well,
You should know that I can defend myself if necessary.
yes, I definitely believe you. Can I ask if the professor has asked you any questions?
You may ask. And he has asked me several questions, yes, miss.
What has he asked you?
Oh, all sorts of things. What I remember from when I was only a character in a book. If I consider people I've killed before I come here to be truly dead, or if I've only killed since being summoned. The quality of my life before. How I'd make tea. If I'd ever been with anyone. He asked me that.
That seems
If my maidenhead
really
was
inappropriate.
intact,
Go
miss.
on.
He asked me that.
Okay, he actually asked that?
He was curious, miss.
Okay. What else?
He asked me for a cup of tea and I made him one, miss. And I did not poison it, but I can next time if you'd like me to, miss.
No, No.
Yes,
I
miss.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Do you eat, sleep, and go to the bathroom?
I do, sir. Typically not at the same time, though, sir.
Yeah, that would be weird, but efficient. Anyway. Okay, well,
Perhaps the ghoul does sometimes, sir.
That would track. That seemed like it would track.
Yeah. Wednesday, did he ask you anything about fear or dread or anything like that?
He did ask me if I was afraid, miss. But I told him the truth.
Are you?
No, miss. Not at all.
do you know what the end game is here Wednesday? What's supposed to happen?
I don't play much chess, sir.
Do you know if any of the other characters that have been summoned, if they also like are never afraid of things?
I can ask them, sir. I'm sure the professor already has, in his way. The ghoul is afraid of not having enough to eat, sir. He'll be very sad if he ever has to skip a meal.
Is that like the ghoul's afraid of it, or just like has a ravenous hunger, and then like is driven by it?
I think it's both, sir.
Okay.
I think whatever is still man in him is afraid of what he would do. And what he wouldn't do. The king bee has much fear in him as well, sir. He's afraid that if he doesn't get his honey, well, that he might lose his crown. And as for the dancer, well, I'm not sure what she's afraid of, but perhaps there's nothing with her either. Perhaps that's why she and I get along so well.
You guys hear the front doors slamming open. And somebody kind of walks past the hall next to you, and you hear a voice kind of talking, and you hear Joe replying.
She says, "Oh, is there a visitor? How interesting."
So you're not afraid of anything? Anything at all?
You're more than welcome to try to frighten me, Miss Lake. I'd be very interested in what you could come up with.
I don't think I could, to be honest. Usually I'm off-putting to most people, but definitely not you.
No, miss. Not at all, miss.
There is now a knock at your door to this room.
Who is it?
It's Joe. Can I open the door?
Yeah.
We typically, well, I suppose we close the door sometimes. There's a visitor here. Who wanted to needs another important figure.
Not the soldier? Another one?
Now wait, you're saying the soldier and this guy in like a tweed jacket kind of it's interesting. He looks like he's got like a tweed jacket on. He's wearing like a hat. It's kind of like it's not the best hat. The band's a little more ruffled. He looks like he's been out in the rain. He's got some stubble. He definitely has patches on his jacket. And he's a very specific kind of good looking. And maybe some of the people I've been picturing how good looking he is, I was like shot down by everyone. Whatever. Point is, he's got those like crisp pine eyes, you know. He's real just like ooh. But he's now wait, is there a soldier? Was there a soldier here? That's very interesting.
There's a lot of people who come through here.
Are there?
And she'll like glance at Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. He kind of eyes Wednesday, notes her clothing is kind of old fashioned, gives her a nod. Wednesday looks him up and down. He kind of nods to Bradley and Everett and Penny and Medina. So there was a soldier here a little while ago, huh? Kind of a big guy, mustache, tall, real tall. I don't know, kind of arrogant.
Like I said, there's been a lot of people here. Why are...
Sure. Well, I am a benefactor of this school, as it happens. What's your name?
Medina.
Hi, Medina. It's really nice to meet you. I think maybe someone in here actually was listening to an album. I actually I recovered this album on behalf of the school and brought it here. But it kind of had some stipulations that maybe weren't fully laid out. I'd love to talk to whoever it was who was checking out that album. I'd love to have a moment with them.
I'm just like very pointedly not looking at him.
Mm-hmm. He gives you a once over, Bradley, and he's got you. He looks at Everett and is like, "This guy fucks," and then he kind of looks at he's kind of just, his eyes go over Penny, who just looks at him like, ugh, patriarchy. His eyes turn back to you, Medina.
Word travels fast here, I guess.
Well, something like that. You know, there's some networks. So Medina, did you happen to listen to an album?
Not technically.
Just maybe looked at it a little bit.
I didn't listen to it.
He kind of walks over to you and kind of just gives you this kind of this kind of looks you in the eyes and says, "Smart." Medina, can I have a word with you in private? I mean, if you're willing to talk in front of all your friends here, that's fine. But
Only if Wednesday can come.
sure, the more the merrier. I mean, I'll talk to you in front of your other students here. He kind of gives Joe a look, and Joe's like, and he just kind of walks out. So basically, do you want to talk with you and Wednesday alone, or only Bradley and Everett?
I'll turn to them and say, "You can stay if you want."
I really want to know what the hell's going on here. This seems juicy.
Yeah. If that's all right.
Fair enough.
I'd
Have you shared with them any of your findings, Medina?
Not specifically, because I'm not quite sure what to make of anything here.
Well, if you're comfortable about them hearing it, then here, let's have a seat. And he kind of like goes over to that couch, the one you fell asleep on, and sort of like, pats the cushion next to you. This guy is very charming. He is very just like, it's just perfectly. He really does kind of put you at ease. To
Medina is never at ease. I just want to. I want to be clear about this.
Sure. So, I guess my question, you can tell me what you learned, what you didn't learn from the album. It's quite a production. I think what I'm more curious about is what my friend the soldier wanted to know about it, what you might have told him.
Like coming through here.
Speak up, honey. You got too loud. I couldn't hear that.
Why should I share anything with you?
Reasonable question. Absolutely. You guys don't know anything about me. Well, first of all, it's nice to meet you all. I know you're Medina. What are your names, fellas?
Everett Plantain. I'll take care of the horses here.
My name's Bradley.
Hey, Bradley. How's it going?
Good. How's it going for you?
Today's been a little stressful, but now that I'm here, it seems fine. Are you kind of nervous, Bradley? You want a cigarette?
No, I don't smoke. No.
Do you drink?
Thank-
I got a flask.
No, thank you.
That's good. Fair enough. Bradley, I'm going to tell you something. This school is designed to make you feel nervous. Okay. I didn't.
I mean,
go
that's what happens when you're studying hard and the tests are hard. That's how college works, right?
Life is a series of hard tests. College is a place where they formalize it and try to stress you out with it. That's really what they're testing, is if you're the kind of person who likes living this pressure cooker. I didn't go to a fancy school. I kind of just drift around from one place to another. And I promise you I've learned as much as any of these eggheads now. Kind of just going from town to town.
And you seem to have not having a collegiate education.
It's not for everyone.
How'd you get around to funding the school? What do you do?
I just drift around here or there. The donation was because, I mean, I'm not opposed to knowledge. I like libraries. They're great places to sleep. In any case, Bradley, don't be too worried. Everything's gonna be fine. What are you working on there? He kind of gestures to your closed notebook.
I look at Medina. I'm like, well, I had a just reading, trying to figure out who the author of this book is.
Ooh.
Like what this author's like.
Interesting. What's the book?
Like a literary, I mean, it kind of like abashedly pull it out of my backpack. It's pretty simple, but
The Grossest Witch Who Ever Lived. By F. Seamstar. Now that's interesting.
Why? Why is it? Do you know anything about this guy?
I do know something about him, actually. Yeah. He is not like anybody else here. Okay, he's not like you. He's not like me.
Well, no, he seems pretty gross, and no one here is gross.
Yeah. He's not a local. Let me phrase it like that.
Okay.
Although I think maybe you guys have some experience with. He kind of looks at Medina, or not Medina. He looks at Wednesday again. You guys might have some experience with people who aren't locals as well. And she's just, sir, please, sir. Yeah. Anyway, his real name, or at least what he really goes by. This is a pen name. Okay. His real name is the Fleecing Schemester.
I open my notebook and write that down.
And he recently became. He was in charge of a place. He kind of was like the mayor of a little city, as it were, for a while. But
I'm writing all this down.
yeah, that all got undone when some agitators decided to mess everything up for no reason and really cause some problems for everybody. But yeah, that's.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, if that man, the soldier, was around, he was kind of one of them. Things used to be a little more orderly here. There used to be areas, and people were sort of more. They grew up in a place, they understood that place, and there were some sort of, means of just making sure everyone was where they were supposed to be. And now, those boundaries are gone, and it's chaos out there. I mean, if you leave this campus, you'll find things are pretty wild outside.
The gates.
The gates? To campus? Oh yeah, they're pretty well defended here, yeah. I came in through one.
So why are things, if things are wild off campus, why are things not wild on campus?
He looks at Bradley, and then he looks at Medina and Everett and says, "You see, Bradley," he hands you back your book. "There are certain things that recur, that appear in more than one place, and when you move places around, you rush them all together, there might be concepts or ideas that are strong enough that appear in more than one location. I'll bet if you guys start checking chairs in here. Start checking all the chairs. Hold on." He kind of starts going and looking at all the chairs. Can everyone make
Medina will go and look at chairs as well.
Make a luck roll, all three of you.
Oh no.
And for those who don't know how this game works, they roll a d13 when
12.
ooh, that's a good one though. When they roll a d13, it's this weird kind of oblong die that has a blank side. And
Mine's in
whenever
zero.
they do luck, and anytime we roll a 13, we get to advance the dread clock. It's a wonderful thing. So we have a 12 for Medina. Everett, 5. Cool. Bradley,
10.
10. I'll say that at Everett, you're just kind of like looking around and you're like not sure what's going on, but we'll say that sort of Medina pulls out and Bradley kind of gets to it too. And you've noticed that various things around this room say property of Darkmoor College on them. Here or there. But you find a chair, and it is a little different, and you notice something is different. This one says property Heisteles University.
She'll like hold it up.
Mm-hmm.
Heisteles.
There you go. See, there was this college there as well.
It's a dreadland, isn't it?
It was. There's no such
Have
thing
I ever heard
anymore.
Pisces?
Let me look at your Dread Athletic Conference Management Statistic. I'll tell you what. Roll give me an analyze and add your Dread Athletic Conference Management and Statistics.
Hell yeah. All right, that's sick. I'm rolling 6 dice here, baby. This is a Monday night roll. Where the fuck? Here we go. 2 7s and 2 8s.
Which would you like to use?
Probably 8 because that's knowledge.
I think that makes a lot of sense. And the past. Ooh, since you're going with the past, you do believe that some of the records you've seen recently refer to a Heisteles University, but they seem to be at a separate conference.
Okay.
It was like not it, like you wouldn't play games with them. They were in a different conference. But
Right,
I'm
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
sure
yeah.
that existed. Yes.
Like yeah. Well, how did I don't know where Heisteles is, but that's gotta be pretty far away. But how did that chair get here?
Some things got mushed together. I'll be honest with you, I haven't gone looking for the big city recently. It's possible that Heisteles University is now just completely a part of the school. Or maybe it's still out there on its own. Maybe it's a satellite campus. Maybe it's Darkmoor College at Heisteles. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't been to what's left of the city in a while. It all bleeds together now. It's chaos out there. Damn chaos. And Medina.
And you're trying to put it back.
If only. Maybe that would be nice, but I don't know if that if the genie's going back in that bottle. No.
Are you funding this little project here?
No. I made a donation to the school. I actually made this donation before all this happened.
Why?
Testing a theory, trying to get in someone's good graces. My problem, though, is if that soldier's been here. The guy who's caused a lot of trouble. Have you been talking to him?
Have you spoken to the provost?
Once or twice.
Same.
You've spoken to the provost?
Once or twice.
What about... Is that usual? What about the rest of you?
No.
That's the ghoul. Those sounds.
Yeah, I've been
by the
hearing
way.
it. He's moving some furniture up there, it sounds like. Well. That's...
Everett, have you spoken to the provost?
No, but toast sounds like cheese to me, but I think it's because I'm mixing it up with provolone.
You are.
Yep.
It's a great cheese, though. It's a wonderful cheese. It's one of the better ones.
I think I'm just hungry or something. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I've had a lot of grilled cheese sandwiches made on the side of a steaming engine. You know, I get it. Medina. You've talked to the soldier. It's fine. He's dangerous, but you're clearly still here, so you're all right. Hopefully he doesn't come back.
Okay.
Did he come here asking about that album, Medina?
There's a lot of people who seem real curious about that album. What do you know about it?
I knew enough that when I found it, when that was handed to me by some people in, well, never mind where, I gave
What was
them...
it? Wait. What did I hear the name of the studio that we were recording at?
Oh, I don't... you
What
would
did
have. You would have seen it printed everywhere. Yes. It's not. Well, shoot. Should I come up with something? I think it's just Paradise Studios. But it should we do a more fun one?
If you want. My hair looks purple, and I don't know why.
You have a purple tinge to you entirely.
It's the mist.
No.
Yeah.
We'll call it. You know what? It'll be one of those things where it'll be one of those things where like it has been called the Paradise Studios, like everyone refers to it like it's like a recording at Paradise, but it's also referred to as yeah, that's fun. The Sound Mine.
Okay. Did you pick it up straight from the sound mine?
No. That's where it was recorded.
It is. Isn't it?
Medina, are you okay? Did you
Fine.
did you read the liner notes? Did you read the lyrics?
That's for me to know, isn't it?
Apparently. Wow. All right. Well, yeah, there's something fun going on here. Which song did you listen to? Or not listen to, which song did you read?
I didn't really read it, but I'm very familiar with one of them. And that is not information that I feel comfortable giving you. But it's information that you need, isn't it?
No. The only information I need, that's information I'm curious about. There's a big difference. If you do what I do, you know that curiosity kills a lot of cats. Some of them, they die 9 times, but 9 deaths and you're dead. I'm curious, but I don't need to know that. All I need to know is what the soldier knows. And
What
if you
is it-
happen to know why he came and why he wanted to know, that would be amazing. And I can make your life much better. I promise I can do that for any of you who are willing to help me.
What do you mean much better? Here?
Yeah, what's wrong here?
Everyone suffers.
Not everyone.
Not Everett. As long as he has some smut.
And the horses, come on.
No offense,
Lucky
Everett.
guy then. Smut and horses, that sounds like a great life.
Not together. It's a very separate thing.
He looks at the cover of your book. Kind of together.
It's not like that.
Yeah, Medina, is there something you need?
Maybe we can talk.
I think we probably could. I am curious which song you're familiar with. I could start guessing. I'm gonna make one guess. I'll make a bet with you. I'm gonna make one guess. If I get it right, will you confirm?
I don't make bets.
An agreement, then. It's not a bet.
No.
I'm gonna say one song, and if it's the right song, you say it's that one. Otherwise, you say no.
No.
You got like a 1 in 1 in 8, 1 in 9 shot. That's all I have. Odds are way in your favor. I don't make bets either. I'm not a gambler.
I don't care to make a deal with you.
Okay. Just trying to be friendly, but I understand. Do you want some? He pulls out his flask.
No.
It's good stuff. It's really
Everett
good.
reaches out his hand.
Sure thing. Go ahead. So you don't want to tell me anymore?
Listen, we don't know a lot about what's going on here. You seem to know quite a bit.
Trying to.
Do you understand what's going on with these... She'll gesture to Wednesday, these characters.
Yeah, it seems like they figured out how to summon fiction, which is a complicated kind of magic as far as I understand. They used to do it in a place called the Fractured Factory. It was a little more, how do I explain this? What they were doing was an easier process because it basically just involved drawing things. You would draw something and then make it real. It was a cartoon. You know about cartoons?
I do.
Cartoons.
Are there cartoons here? Oh.
Yeah.
What do you mean, are there cartoons here?
In this library. Because that might be helpful in summoning things, especially if the Fractured Factory dealt in cartoons. It might be an easier way to bring characters here. However, why are we bringing the characters here?
When you dream of a person, when you come up with a person who doesn't exist, they can be what you want them to be, what the author wants them to be, or what the author needs them to be. They can have qualities that you don't always find in real life. It's powerful kind of magic, right? What's easier, going out and finding yourself a dragon whose whole purpose is to be perfectly loyal to you, or writing a story about one and then bringing that story to life?
It's an army, isn't it?
If you want an army, it's a hell of a good way to get one. Or if you want, he kind of looks Wednesday up and down, a kitchen maid? Yes, I'm a kitchen maid. Perfect. So that's what you're up to here. That's what the school is clearly doing. And eventually they're probably going to try to get some characters or things out of that album. And that's going to be a big deal.
Why?
Which song did you listen to?
Oh, this bastard! The ghoul.
Or if you'd rather not tell me that, just tell me what the soldier wanted.
I don't even know you or your intentions. And your donation to the school means nothing
But
to
I'm
me.
sure you don't know the soldier's intentions either. Whatever he promised you, whatever he said to you, you can't trust him. He's a soldier of fortune. He goes to the highest bidder. He'll betray you.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive. Believe me, he'll betray you.
Huh.
I take it you two don't get along.
Me and the soldier, sometimes when there's two alpha wolves in the pack, never mind.
Ah.
The point is,
You know that theory was disproven a while
I
ago,
don't
right,
think
honey?
so. No, I'm pretty sure that's really, it's the whole basis of the alphas in the pack, and that's the whole basis of the Omegaverse. It's the whole reason that it.
Oh god.
functions.
Okay.
I'm into it.
It's like, I can tell you all about that. No, I'd love to know. Love to know what he's up to, but if you trust him, that's fine. I might have to Well, might have to have a conversation with the library collection, though, about getting that property back, because if they're showing us just anybody.
I'm not just to anybody.
So you saw it, but he didn't. They didn't show it to him.
I saw it.
You got real connected to one of the songs, but you didn't read the lyrics.
In so many words.
Great. And you told the soldier?
She's just gonna close her mouth and lean back.
You lean back, Medina. Make a resist coercion roll.
Fuck. No match.
God, this could be fucking bad. Medina.
Uh-huh.
That husky voice in your head knows that this guy is like the soldier. He's special. He knows things. He's one of those. I think the soldier called himself Mistwalkers. He's one of those. And there's this part of you, the Wendy part, the daring part, the part that knows that she can hit the high note every time, the part of Wendy Raven that you that was lost in those moments when you were being her, the Wendy Raven who would have stabbed someone with a corkscrew because she was being replaced as like a lead singer on an album. That Wendy Raven.
Mm-hmm.
She would figure, okay, well, if I got one soldier guy in love with me, I should probably get his arch rival in love with me too. That sounds like a good idea. Didn't hear a word of it. You're too loud.
Wait, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to say that Medina was actively trying to avoid this.
Sure. Wendy Raven's not.
Yep.
So Medina,
Yep.
if you want, well, not if you want to, you want to try to control this guy. You don't necessarily have to sing the song right now, but you need to dominate this man.
She's going to... Is he standing or sitting still?
He's sitting. You guys are sitting together on the sofa.
Okay. She's going to stand up and... Is he wearing a tie?
Make a luck roll on this, because he might have like a real whatever tie, but he probably doesn't. Make a luck roll.
7.
7 is just the cusp to say that he'll have a tie on. Sure.
Okay, so she's going to stand up. Oh, no! And pull his tie to bring him to her. And she's going to say, let's go talk in private.
This is a big roll, but since it's no one's 13 month, I don't get my specialty here. He smiles and says, okay. If he'd rolled higher, he would have been like, oh shit, I'm out of here. All right. He will go into another room with you. Where are you going to take him?
Just... I know where Wendy would take him.
Where would
Should I
Wendy
go
take
with
him?
that?
Do it. Take him where Wendy would take him.
To where the album is. But I don't know if she can get in.
You can't. The professor did some stuff, but you could take him like up to the doors of it, sure.
Okay. But it will be away from the others because I feel like
honestly, that's a good place to go because, like,
person...
yeah, if you're trying to, if you don't want to dominate Bradley and Everett, which, like, I don't know why not. Yeah, that's fine. So you can go and as you walk away, Wednesday will say, "Well, have a good time, miss."
Everett's just fanning himself.
So basically, you guys walk out. Bradley and Bradley, she was just hitting on you, and now she's hitting on this new guy. What the fuck?
She's weird. I mean, we knew she was weird the whole time.
You did. So Medina,
That's fair.
you
Yep.
head upstairs, and you pass Joe, who's at the stacks, and he just kind of looks up like, okay, whatever. As you go, you do notice, as you guys walk kind of like up the stairs on like one of the landings, you see the Voluptua Bikini Team dancer is just, oh, hey stranger. And he's like, what's up? He's like, oh, looks like you guys are gonna have some fun. Do. But you can carry on upstairs to that hallway. You pass the Voluptuan collection with its Yonic keyhole. You pass a few other doors that seem locked up tight that you haven't gone into, but you assume these are other more managed things. Then you go to the room at the end, the one for the sort of rare, sort of like the rare books. And he's kind of looking at it like, you can get us in there?
I can't.
I don't think I can.
I'd like to share with you what I learned. If that's okay with you.
Sounds great.
She'll start singing the song.
Make a performance roll. You gain. Wendy will give you. Actually, you can use Wendy. How much would you have for performance?
Just 2.
Oh, okay, use Wendy's. You have 5, and one of them is a lore die, so you can change it out.
Whoa!
So you have 6 total, 5 normal, 1 lore die.
Wait, what is the lore die again?
Basically, roll 6, and you can change 1 to whatever number you want after you roll. Oh, she doesn't get a 4. A 4 would be rough.
3 ones.
That's after you changed 1?
Yeah.
And it's 1, which is structure, order, constraint, identity, mechanics, words, writing. Okay, so you're throwing the words at him. Are you singing the exact same song, or are you just doing the exact one that the Soldier of Fortune sort of did to you? Or did the one that you did for the Soldier of Fortune?
Yeah.
Same thing. So you want to go to heaven,
Yep.
boy? You want to
Yep.
survive the furious storm? And
Yep.
I'm gonna just say the chorus again because I like it so much. But it ends with, I want you and you want me and I want you wanting me. You gotta ring me like a requiem bell. It's time to put up or shut up and to RSVP. There's a storm in heaven and a party in hell. The angels need a rain check and the devils need a coat check. There's a storm in heaven and a party in hell. Medina, make a resist coercion roll. Medina,
Oh, what?
resist coercion.
Oh, sorry. That was cut out.
And
2 6s.
2 6s. Great. You do not become further.
Possessed.
I'm gonna let. I mean, you're probably gonna have a little because I honestly a second degree is probably not enough. But we'll say that because you're already a little bit, you don't go crazier down the path. This is a big roll for my friend. I've switched to I'm not making rolls. I just do luck rolls for them. So if I roll high for him, but not a 13. Chaos. But if I can roll high for this guy, that'll be great. But if I roll a 1 like I did for the Soldier of Fortune, but he has to roll a little higher than the Soldier of Fortune because you got a 3. Okay, here we go.
Well.
Oh no. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
You sing this song, and he is staring at you with these wild eyes. He's like eyes filling with desire, and you get to that last line. There's a storm in heaven and a party in hell, and he grabs you and he kisses you.
Can I do a read person to see if this is like a defense or like a white flag?
Sure, do a read person on him.
Do I even have it good? Oh, 2 6s again. Different dice too.
2 6s, angle and relationship. Okay, so he goes in. Okay. Hold on.
Oh,
Oh man. Okay, damn it. So he goes in, and he's kissing you, and his face looks like he's completely in love with you, but you feel something in his eyes, that what he feels is terror and motion. And I'm going to say that because of this read person you just did, you know the knife is coming.
Oh, shit. Can I parry with my sword that I have?
You can't draw your sword but that fast. You can try to dodge, though.
I would like to dodge.
It's under vitality. Or no, coordination, rather.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh,
you're good at those.
3s.
2 3s. Okay, for that I should probably... 2 3s?
Yeah. Analysis and understanding of what you should do for a counter move.
You do. Okay. I will say in that case, my dear, yeah. Okay. Here we go. Because of your successful parry, we will reduce this to only 3 damage, so you must spend 3 power to avoid that. As he sort of slashes at you and sees that you're seeing it, and he has now jumped back and he's holding his knife, and he's just staring at you, like a live one. But he's smiling, and he's like, "Did you sing this to the soldier? What did he? How are you still alive? Did you get him? Did you get him?"
Can I draw my sword?
Sure.
What do you mean, get him?
Did he fall for it? That's
Fall for what?
that fucking dread song you're singing. Is he yours? Is he yours? What did he do? Is he yours? Holy shit.
That's what happened. Is it a forever thing?
I mean, until you're dead, so no. And he's gonna move in.
Oh god, she'll counter.
All right. Actually, no, you can make Medina.
Where is the Soldier of Fortune here?
Make a luck roll. Make a luck roll, Medina Lake. Oh, roll a 13 right now. Roll a 13 right now. That would be so good if you roll a 13 right now.
It would be
It's
delightful.
an 8.
An 8. He is not here. Medina
Damn
Lake.
it.
You were up against the Drifter. Now you have a sword. That's good. That's gonna help you here. Roll a melee weapon precision roll.
It is a magic sword, right?
It is a magic sword, which will help. Yes, it's a magic sword. I think that'll be how will I do this? I think that's just making this less. But yeah, no, you know what? Yeah, magic sword, no penalties. Just roll it.
3 2s.
3 2s. Okay, Medina. With 3
What?
2s, you have sort of succeeded in fighting this guy. You are not going to kill him. You will take an additional. Holy God! You will. So basically, you and the Drifter begin sparring, and you're like getting some cuts in it. He's like wincing and screaming, and he is cutting you, and he's like slicing the blade on the side. It's real like that nasty kind of knife fighting. He's like he'll take And he is much stronger than you, so there'll be a time where you swing it. If he can get his hand on your wrist, there's a few moments where he's doing that, but you're able to parry the thing, but still the slices are coming in. You do lose 4. You take 4 more damage, so you lose 4 more power.
I'm only at 1.
However, as you guys are going back and forth, sort of slamming into the walls, doing all this kind of stuff, he sort of begins to hear sounds like people are sort of coming up, and you hear Wednesday saying, "Oh, miss you too, roughhousing." And he kind of just looks back, and he knows he doesn't have you, but he goes, "Jesus Christ." So he's yours. All right. You have hurt him. He's rough, but he's fine. He's not bloodied,
Yeah.
You've definitely mussed him up, and he's gonna need a tattered jacket. But you're rough. But at this point, you guys have broken off and sort of hearing sort of reinforcements. He does rush off, kind of just oh my God, kind of in this oh boy, this is crazy. And Medina Jesus Christ, Wednesday, he sort of passes Wednesday at a distance, and she just kind of lets him go. Although she just say, "Nice knife, sir." And then, sort of as Medina, as you sort of like slump against the door, none of your wounds are like mortal. You know, like you are exhausted. You're banged up. You have a lot of slices on you that are painful, and it's hard to focus. That's why your power is so low. But he didn't hit any vital organs. He didn't. You know, you're cut up. You're gonna maybe have some scars here, but for the most part, it's like superficial. You know.
Yeah.
But sort of Wednesday just walks down the hallway
and just looks at you and says, "It's not becoming for a young woman to go off with strange men, miss.
I'm learning that. Can you help
Especially if
me?
you don't even wind up coming, miss."
Fair point. You know what? Do you have antiseptic or something? Was that something that was available in your time to clean these?
Probably, miss.
Oh my god. Okay, fine. And she'll like go to Wednesday and like grab her to, knowing that she's probably not gonna help her.
Wednesday will help you to your feet, but in like a not very nice way.
Yeah, her bedside manner is lacking.
All right, but Wednesday will take you back downstairs. So meanwhile, Bradley and Everett and Penny are just sitting in that room. Eventually, though, you hear some footsteps, and like Wednesday is bringing Medina in, and she's got like slashes on her arms and like blood stains all over her, and she just kind of sits Medina down on the couch.
Are you okay?
Just donors are assholes sometimes. That's rich guys. You gotta watch out for them.
What? What? Please, are you okay? Oh my god.
Not really, but I don't know.
All of
This is not okay. Like, this was all silly and everything, but you're hurt. This is...
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell you, both of you. There's real shit at stake here.
Oh my god, can somebody help her?
Wednesday has left. If anybody wants to do a medicine roll on, it's...
Hey, how about Penny does one?
Oh, shoot, I will yes, Penny will do a medicine roll, sorry, yes, that is fair, and absolutely she will. Yes, 100%. Because she is that. That is what she is. I will make one on her behalf. I can't imagine that she would not treat you due to... I can't imagine she would not give you a look. Oh, wow. 3 5s. Value operate. So basically, she'll look you over and basically say, "Okay, you didn't hurt any vital organs. You're bleeding a lot, but it's pretty minimal. We should bandage you up, but it's mainly just rest you'd need."
Okay. Yeah.
I need Medina, Bradley, and Everett to all make a listen roll.
Nope. 2 and a 7.
5-4.
6-7.
6-7. Wonderful. Because no one hears. You see, the ghoul can be very quiet when he wants to be. No one hears his shuffling footsteps as he coughs the scent of all that delicious blood and that fresh, young body that's so close to death it would be such a perfect meal. No one heard the ghoul as he crept down the stairs, sniffing after Medina, beholding her beauty, because if the ghoul has his choice, he loves to eat beautiful things. Just like a gorgeous liver, a seductive spleen.
Oh, God.
But as she sort of bends over you and is taking care of you, none of you are ready until you hear the and see the ghoul pouncing right on top of you, Medina. Is where we'll end tonight's session.
Welcome, Raiders.
Oh shoot, there's a raid? Oh no, sorry.
no.
I should have gone on longer.
Nope, that's fine. That's a great little button.
Now they have to come back next week.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, that was Hey, remember when you when you rolled well? Because I was like, well, here goes Medina, because you had a pretty strong dude up there wanting to murder you.
Yeah,
I'm glad
and
that you...
only to be undone by what I warned everyone about.
You were, although he's not a summoned character. So for the professor's like, that's just a trustee of the school. I don't know what to tell you. That's just a board member came in and hacked up a student. Hands are tied.
Oh no, I'm talking about the ghoul.
Oh, the ghoul. You'll be fine. The ghoul. There's 4 of you. That you'll be fine. You probably won't be fine. The ghoul might eat you. Hello, Raiders. Sorry that you're here just for the sort of climactic moment, but also it's a fun climactic moment. Yes, this is our horror game. If you've never joined us before, Blood from a Stone, where we have kind of this mosaic of various different stories. Right now, we're at a college, hence everybody else's library background. Medina, we'll see next week if she survives the Ravenous School. I mean, Bradley did. He's fine. And Medina, you have a lot of power left, so you're fine, right?
No.
Really? How much do you have?
1.
Oh, okay. That's too bad. In any case, power in this game functions both as like means of rerolls and of like activating abilities, but it's also kind of your HP, so it's kind of, you have to like really have to conserve it well. So Medina, hopefully you'll make it out of that next time. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. We once again say this, all episodes of this series are now available on YouTube at youtube.com/Long Lost Lore. There is a Blood from a Stone playlist. You can watch all 97 episodes that preceded this one and this one on Sunday if you want to catch up. But if you subscribe, I don't think you have to subscribe on our Twitch channel. On our Twitch channel, you can also watch it like immediately if you want to find it. It'll be our most recent video. And we're putting a bunch of other videos up there on YouTube as well, so it's great. So you can, we'll eventually have playlists of all the different series we've had, and we'll be throwing them on a couple days after they air every time. So it's going to be great. We also have a wiki. Some wikis leak, but our wiki rocks. I should have figured that one out.
We have a wiki, we have a Qualot, we have a Pomeg, we have a Hondu.
And for the Raiders, we're not just doing this because y'all came in. We're wrapping up.
Yeah,
we do this every time.
Wrap up thing.
So yeah, the Raiders like, well, we gotta go.
We gotta get out of here. So we have a wiki that tells you about the games, and that is being slowly added to. That is mainly being handled by Sophia, and it's awesome that she's doing that. So go to our Discord. You can find links to our wiki. We should also put the wiki on like maybe on our socials and stuff as well, as we're in a like process where we're changing what's just over, so eventually we'll have all this stuff, but for now you can check out that occasionally. I'm gonna just plug one part of it that I think is maybe useful and be interesting. You can go to the wiki, and there's we'll put the link in there, or you can find it in our Discord, but basically there's a page where it tells you all the different systems we do and how they sort of work, and you can always ask me more questions about those on the Discord, but that's kind of just a handy frame of reference for people who want to see those. We also have other games on this channel. On Sunday, we will have our Star Wars game, Mystic Starport. That's going to be a fun one, as it's just kind of galaxy far away, just random adventures. On Monday, we may or may not, I know we've already missed one last week, but so it goes, we may or may not have another one of our Third Time's the Charm, or sitcom game. It's possible we don't play that this Monday, but we'll definitely be back the Monday after that. And then this coming Wednesday, Lauren, are you ready? It's Formation Nation. It's the Lauren show, where we have
well, it's the Lauren show and Philip making fun of Lauren.
That's all the show.
Which is great.
So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. That's gonna be it's in the Top Flight universe. It'll be exploring what's going on with V and the Formations, the power surge that has sort of shifted their situation in the newly christened Formation Nation. So yeah, come check that out at 7:30 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday. 1 week from tonight, we will be back with this game to see how Medina fares against the Ghoul, and then the subs. A week from Sunday, we're back with Here Be Dragons, and a week from Tuesday, we're back with what is going to be a huge episode of Grey in the Dark. So I'm very excited about that one. Check that out for sure. So that's all the plugs I have. Would you guys like to plug anything yourselves or mention?
I wanted to actually thank, we had a follower, Salty Toasty, this evening, and then thank Live from the Apocalypse for rating this evening with 11 viewers.
Oh, thank you so much.
Raiders, new people jumping in. Thanks, y'all, for being here.
Much appreciated.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of plugs, I do stream on Twitch occasionally. On this past Wednesday, we finished the first installment of Golden Sun, which is why I was posting those clips, those links to various iterations of what is possibly one of my favorite video game tracks of all time, if not my top favorite. And I did say that off stream I was going to write down the transfer code. This is, oh god damn it, you can't.
It's the worst. Put it in front of your chest.
Look, okay, I had to write this all out. The font of this game was terrible, and then I'm gonna have to go enter it into Golden Sun: The Lost Age when I get there.
Oh,
so
my
I want
God.
you to know this is how I can port over my the completed save file from the first Golden Sun game to the second Golden Sun game.
Golly, the days of passwords, the days of save
You can
files
also
to put
totally,
to the next game. Oh my god, it's wild stuff.
This is the code, yeah, and it's like Q, you get lowercase q, capital V, lowercase n, capital GL. There's pluses in here, there's ampersands and dollar signs. They really got freaky with it, but they were very kind, and there are no I's, ones, zeros, O's, or lowercase L's.
That is good.
Yeah.
It's good to just
good.
avoid those at all costs. I love
Yes, there are equal signs in here. There's a fucking percent in there somewhere.
This is almost as interesting as spreadsheeting.
Yeah. You know, Lauren, some of us are academically inclined.
Yeah, I don't know.
And some of us are dyslexic. That's me.
Wait, you? What?
I am academically inclined, just I don't like letters or numbers. Anyway, I do stream on my own channel. On Thursdays at 7:30, sometimes intermittent.
Worst person to communicate in Morse code.
Oh my god.
I like to use emotions and not words.
Lauren uses emojis.
Oh my god. That's so good.
Same
What
thing.
you said is just so good.
But
Such a good thing to have said.
thank you.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
God.
I play scary games on my channel to feel something. And everyone helps. The chat helps. We get through it together. It's very frustrating for me and fun for everyone to watch me lose my mind. Join me in my adventures on my channel. I will say hi in the chat. You can follow me there. Zane?
I like to make bonsai trees, and if you want to learn how to make them on your own without spending a lot of money and learn about the mysterious world of small trees, you can follow Zane's Trees at Instagram or TikTok.
One word. Like
One
that.
word.
I really
Ooh,
like the idea.
I saw
There it
that.
is.
Yep.
Best trees on the web. I really, really like the idea of just being obsessed with little
Trees.
trees, like the tiniest trees.
That's
That's
how it is.
I also
That's all I think about.
I'm also, you know what all I think about is still. I'm academically inclined. I just don't like words or numbers. That's so good. That's such a good.
Honestly, yeah, S tier statement.
if I could describe myself, that's how
I'm
I
all about academics. Now I don't like words or numbers, and I can't stand science. History really bothers me. I don't care about memorization, and logic is always kind of weird. But I love campus in the fall and the sweaters. I love academic stuff.
do though.
Anthropology can kick rocks. So can
Anthropology.
No, I
don't-
love that store.
I don't like anything that ends with "aji" because I read it wrong, but I do just think that I just love being at school.
But I love anything that ends with goji because goji berries are supposed to be really good for you.
Pencil pouches. That's all I have to say.
I've got to go put my head in a microwave now.
Guys, this was
Oh,
a lot of
wait.
fun.
We did have a question. PBK Reviews was asking, are those Star Wars Legos that you have behind you, Philip?
Ah,
Or
some
other Legos.
some
Oh.
are Star Wars Legos. Some, but
And
not
they're
all.
So cute.
Now here's this thing that happens where yeah, go ahead, keep going, that's fine. So what I do is I mute her because she likes to make fun of the Legos, because she's like, oh, it's so cute you have those. Guess what? Everybody likes them. Yeah. So this side over here is I'll try to do. There's a bunch of Star Wars stuff. There's a
You should cut the feed to Lauren's video too.
That's pretty funny. I could do that. Now I'll leave her up. That's fine. Lauren is very happy being seen and not heard. I'll tell you that. As long as she's like, well, I look cute, so I'm fine. I also I haven't started yet because I'm not really sure where I'm gonna put it. I often have the huge Millennium Falcon kind of goes on a coffee table that I keep back there, but sometimes a small child comes over here, so I have to hide it, because otherwise he'll start tearing it apart. It's not in glass. And then I also do have the new UCS X-Wing that came out. Haven't started it yet because it's big. I'm gonna hide her video actually. Hold on. Stop video. There we go. So anyway, she's gonna run into Zane's camera, I'm sure. So yeah, the Legos are a lot of fun, and in our Star Wars games, we use those as our LGI. So we bring up ships and fly them around in by we I mean I. It's a huge thing everybody likes. All right, so there you go.
There
she is.
I like to think there's a subset of people who this is the first time they realize that Lauren and Zane are married, and they're like, this is a mind blowing thing for them.
Wait,
also,
wait, they're married?
Yeah.
Also, Zane, I thought you were
tell you.
cool. Oh, dang.
If you want to know what your Bezos buck subscription to this channel goes to, it's towards Philip getting Legos.
Basically, it's been a large component of it. Yeah, the TIE Fighter, but the TIE Fighter is really cool. I'm excited to have the TIE Fighter and the X-Wing because I think they're kind of the same size and match. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Well, thank you all so much for watching.
Thank you for showing us all of your Legos.
I just proved I'll do it. Why are you prompting me to do it again? Oh, guys, we have fun here, but we also do important work. We don't. I am glad Medina survived. That was rough because I was like, this could go rough. She could either that was a high risk situation for you because you could have either had a guy who's you could have had the foes both in love with you. And then you could have,
I want to see that love triangle.
yeah.
Me too.
Or
is that available on Kindle Unlimited? Because
that is, yeah. Drifter. It's called Drifter / Soldier. And basically she's just like, you two kiss each other, and they're like, I guess we have to. All right, they're just gonna alpha each other. The point is that, I was like, well, she's either gonna get a real powerful thing or she's gonna die, and I'm glad that it's nope. She's just beaten bad, but she fought him off, and now
about to die.
Because I forgot that Medina is, and this is canonically from her whole time, all the way back from when she was kind of in this place, which is the other game, even though, Hold Fast Hall looks exactly like Hampstead Hall, which is this haunted house here.
What's up with that?
She is canonically a fencer, and now she has a magic sword. So I get why she could hold her own with the guy. It was great. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. That was super fun. We will see you next time. Thank you so much to my players. You guys are all wonderful. Until we meet again, have a dreadful night.
Ooh.